Thank you. So I was digging around doing some research around how many people well, it was more than the United States, come to find out, but when I was looking at it, I was looking at just the United States, are selling on TikTok. And this is based on TikTok shop numbers, was 14.7 billion in 2023 for small and medium-sized businesses. There's a million people within the United States, that number is probably low, that are TikTok shop, that have a TikTok shop. But we know that people like ourselves that don't have a TikTok shop still use that platform to generate leads, right? So thinking about what happened and what could potentially still happen, and these platforms disappearing and going away, is kind of what I thought would be a good topic to cover for today. Because these platforms are not meant to be a selling platform. They're a social platform, right? So we've talked about this before, but some of us do it, most of us don't. And that is using it as such, as not a selling platform, but as a social platform to capture leads. Now, as many of you know, I'm also an online coach, and every other industry that uses social media to generate leads and sell products or services does what I'm suggesting in this training that we initiate and do, to take ownership of your business offline. So if you see, I mean, I'm sure you've seen ads or you've seen any other posts with people using keywords and using lead magnets and using these things to capture information. There's no reason why we can't do the same. And there's plenty of tools, which we're going to go over, that you can do this for free. Yes, of course, there's paid tools that you can use to do this. But if you start thinking of your business as a business and as more than just the products that you're promoting, and create a lead magnet or a sales funnel to capture this information and own your business offline, is the strategy that could, I mean, that could potentially, look at Ange and look at Jennifer, they both do it, to grow your business exponentially. So let's think about this as a mindset shift, as social media as a lead magnet, not as a sales platform, right? That's number one. Social media is not the place. When I say that, I mean like in your posts and what you're using it for as a place to close sales. Follows and likes don't equal sales, right? So everyone says focus on building relationships. Well, the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to offer something to people in exchange for either them to follow you, to give them their information, their name, their email address, their phone number, so that you can continue to nurture that relationship. My suggestion is to do it offline. So you might be thinking like, well, how do I do this? Like, what am I supposed to offer? We all have tips and tools, or maybe a way of doing something that someone else would find valuable. Talita knows a lot about essential oils, right? She can offer information about creating different whatever with essential oils, but do it in a way to tie it back into your products, right? And this is what kind of what we did with the, well, some of us did with the metabolic reset. Within that lead magnet, that guide, were embedded links to our products, right? So offering a guide, a resource, just a list. It can be something as easy as a Google Doc where you type up a list to offer them. So figuring out what that value is first is, I would think, is step one. Now, there's a million and one ways that you could do this. Doesn't have to be a Canva ebook. It could be a checklist. It could be a discount. It could be anything that is of value to acquire people's information and take it offline. So what do you do with it after they have given you their information? Well, you need some place to curate this information. Um, Again, if you use a Google form, it will automatically put it into a spreadsheet for you. And we have trainings in the Evo Squad on how to create Google Forms. I don't think it's changed much since we've recorded it, because it was like 3 years ago, but I think it's basically the same process as when we did it. But again, 101 ways to curate that information. And then you have the ability to contact them offline when something like this happens and build those relationships, offering value, offering you as the expert in whatever it is. Allowing people to come into your own space, a space that you're creating, a community you've created. Yes, our Facebook group is a great place to start with that. However, again, it's associated with something that you don't own, and that is Meta, right? And we've had days where you haven't been able to get into Meta either. So think about things like your page, and we've gone over how to set up an Instagram profile and all of that. Think of that as your top of the funnel. When you look at your business like this, and you look at it as a window in a shopping store, that's where you want to showcase your thing, your free resource that you're offering people. And when you're posting it to your stories, not like you're not going to sprinkle in your products and all that stuff too, but this is another tool in order to capture their information and give you reason to, it's an energy exchange. You're offering something in exchange for something, right? That is a way for you to get into their inbox. Hey, by the way, did you notice in my stories that I had this free guide and I see you struggling with how to organize, X, Y, and Z? Would you like to get the link to download the free guide? And it could be a Google link, to that document. As simple as that, as long as you're getting their information first. Is this resonating and making sense? Now, I know it's coming back up, but who the hell knows what's going to happen when we're talking about, TikTok? Like, you don't know. We don't know. It could be temporary. It could go away again. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow when, Trump goes into office? We don't know. I'm just looking at my notes here. So this is a way for you not only to grow online, but to start bringing people into your world that aren't ready to buy. Because now with all of, with all of the different platforms and everyone being so like sporadic, it used to be 7 to 10 touches. Now it's over 20 touches for people to make a buying decision. So you have to have something else that you're talking about other than your products. I mean, it just is a fact, because everyone and their brother has something. If you go now, when TikTok is back up, like you go on like in the middle of the day now, everyone is live selling something. Everyone, as you go through your feed, everybody is. So you have to have something that is of value for people. people are really stingy with their information, but if you can cultivate and curate that value, then then you will get that know, like, and trust. Now, um, I personally think our products are super easy to build into some kind of free download list tool. I mean, recipes. There's like a million and one things that you could do, right? So just think of what it is that like we've done that post, like, what are the three things that I'm known for? If you remember back to like the Eric Worre challenge, right? What are those three things? What is something that you would talk about, like you love talking about, or people come and ask you about? Think about what that is. Everyone is an expert or has expertise in something. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be fancy at all. You just need something to give them and a way to retain their information that you own. You can write it down if you want. I wouldn't do that, but you could do it if you want. That's fine. Have their email address, have their phone number, have a way to contact them. And then on a weekly basis or however frequently that you can, you're updating them, like with a new tip or an update to your resource or a new coupon code or whatever it is. This is the way that really using social media as a lead magnet and curating into your space, your community offline, is where it becomes fun because then you control it, right? And we all have access to anyone who's created an account, but what about all of the people that are in your followers list or in your friends list that don't have an account, right? What can you offer them? And if they're not your people, that's fine, but you might want to take a look at who it is that is in your group of your people once you decide what it is that you want to offer them. Does that make sense? Now, with this gives you a whole nother slew of stuff to post about, right? So that becomes one of your pillars, whatever it is that you're offering. Nobody's going to say no to free. No one's going to, if you reach out to them in a message, feel a certain way about free. If you're offering them a free resource, a free guide, a free tip, whatever, no one's going to, unfriend you. Well, I would hope. If they do it, then who cares? I'd be for free, right? So I've got tons of templates that I'd be happy to share with anyone. Most of them have to do around food, exercise, nutrition, because that's my thing, but it doesn't have to be that. You can get super creative. I mean, it could be, I don't know. Anyone have any ideas? Like I'm still not feeling 100%. So like my brain's not firing on all cylinders. If you can hear it in my voice. I did write down notes because I knew I was going to be scatterbrained. Hi, Jen. How are you?
Good. I actually created and I stole the idea from Jesse Lee, but like a self-development book guide. And I literally just wrote down, I like need to use that
Yeah.
lead capture. And it like goes through, like all the different like self-development books that I love, but I did create that at one point as a lead capture, like a free, self-development book guide, because there for a while I was posting a lot about self-development books and people were like asking me about book recommendations but that's an idea. I think you did say you needed ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for if you're in groups, like whatever groups that you're in, if you're in, like book reader groups, then that would be a perfect place to share that. You're not going to get kicked out of a group for offering a free resource to people. It's a way for, you have to think of it as an energy exchange. What is going to be of value to someone to, give their very their most precious, valuable resource that they have, which is their information to you, right? A stranger. All right, let me look at my, okay, so we talked about, let's talk about some other tools that are free. There is a free version of MailChimp, but I don't know how many emails you can add to it. Linktree obviously is free. We talked about Google Forms. Carrd, CARRD, is a simple landing page builder that I believe has a free version. Textly is an SMS. There's free trial available for that. We use Project Broadcast. They have a 75% off coupon code right now that you can use to get started with that if you wanted to do that. If you are going to be texting people, it's recommended that you use one of these tools, unless like you call someone first and then you're texting them, because your phone number will get blocked if you just start texting people from your own phone number. MailerLite, ConvertKit. These are email tools. And then obviously Canva has the free version, and you can, we all use Canva. You also can create a web page with Canva. You would have to link it to something else to capture information on it, like a Google Doc, but you could do that. You could also, I'd have to drop it in the group, do a screen record, use a Google Doc as an opt-in page. Like there is a way to set it up to do like a public view where, you could embed a form and all that kind of stuff. It's not that pretty, but it's doable and it's free.
Celina, could you get their email address and then send them a PDF of a document that you've done?
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting.
Okay.
In like a proper lead funnel is you're offering something for free. They give you their information, and then you provide that, whatever it is that you said that you were going to give them, either to text or to email, whatever they're giving to you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because it seems dead, because I just went on to Canva there, and you can get a template for like Jen was talking about, a list of books, and you just fill in your list of books, save it as a PDF, and it sounds so
you don't
easy.
even, you can share it straight from Canva. If you do a public view link after you create the document, then you just put that link into the email or whatever. You don't have to actually send the PDF. I mean, you could if you want to, but you can share it directly from Canva. So if you want to do it like, like a real fast and easy way, ask them for their information in Messenger. Write down or copy and paste that into an Excel spreadsheet, then send them the link to the Canva doc in Messenger. I mean, you don't have to overcomplicate this, but but creating a list of leads, these got to be your people, creating a list of leads and that you own offline is the goal.
Celina, let's have this conversation. So just like we did the other day when you and I were working, and you're like, yeah, you just have them text, like set that link up to text you and right into your Project Broadcast. Like that was super duper easy. And then it captures their phone number, right? And so, I mean, I'm sure that you can send that to anywhere. So, I mean, even if you don't have Project Broadcast, it could be sent right back to your personal phone number.
Mm-hmm. So you want to use like the least amount of friction here with people. Make it as easy, and this is my problem because I'll overcomplicate fucking anything. Make it as easy as possible, right? So click.
And what was that site, Celina? It was T.
Let me pull it up. T2 T2LL.com. And this is a, why am I getting like a login now?
I just did too, Celina.
Here it is. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. Here's the, so you don't have to log in. Where's the chat? So what this is come on, paste. It's a text link generator. So you put in your phone number, you put in the message, and it creates a link. If someone clicks that link, it opens up their their SMS, and it puts that word into it with your phone number, and all they have to do is hit send. So if you're using a keyword, like this is obviously like the advanced version of this conversation, but if you are using a keyword and you're using Project Broadcast or another text provider, then all they have to do is click the link. So last night I put in my stories that link on TikTok. Text me, click the link, you know?
So that actually works really well because it goes directly from your Instagram stories. It goes to their text messages, and it automatically fills in your phone number. They don't have to write phone number down. They don't have to put in the thing. It texts them directly right to Project Broadcast, and you set it up with your keyword in Project Broadcast, so that when that comes in, that opts them into getting messages from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually have a response message like, thanks so much for signing up. And then you can have when you're doing this is how it's working in my head anyway today, Celina. If you're doing this, if you're giving them something for free, it can respond to them for you with the link to what you want to give them. So there's no...
I would interject to ask for a little bit more information because it's just their phone number. So you can embed your little opt-in form where it asks for their name and like their birth date or whatever. So what I was doing with that was with the free DFTs. So it's like, okay, just fill out this form so I know where to mail it to. So for your thing, you could say, just fill out this form so I know where to email you the PDF. Right.
There you go.
And then, yes, then you would then create the next step to send them the PDF. Excuse me. What I love about this, and I'm telling you, everyone else does this. Every other industry does this. This is how the top of their funnel works. How many freebies have you guys signed up for? Right? Like 12 a day I sign up for, and then I never use them. But for the people who actually respond, like follow up and like ask and like send more value, those types of things, or if it's something that I'm really interested in, then obviously I'm going to open it. And that's really the thing. If you look at what you've requested or you signed up for free and the things that you've actually used, is because they're over providing value in whatever it is, and they're providing a quick win. So this is kind of like the next level conversation in creating that freebie, but just think of it as something that you would pay for in creating it, not something they can just Google, something that's like your expertise, from you, right? That they're not going to get from anybody else. Now you can use Google and ChatGPT to help you with this, but making it of extra value, that they're actually going to consume it, and they'll look forward to the next email or text from you to see what else you got going on, and they'll stalk your social media to see what you got going on. No one ever says no to free. So you could do this with your free, if you're doing free samples, you could do this. just collect their information. Now, if you want to use your back office to do that, that's fine. But follow up with them, make sure that they're, they've completed it, they're consuming the products, and how they're doing. I mean, the process is the same. But again, no one's ever going to be upset if you inbox them, hey, did you see or maybe you didn't see my stories that I'm giving away this free resource, and I saw that you were struggling with this and I thought of you. Did you download it? Do you want the link? Questions? So this way we don't have to worry about algorithms. This is when your business becomes a business that you own and that you're in control of. And the mindset shift again is to think of social media as a lead magnet or a lead generator, not a social selling platform. Now, it is, but if you do it in this way where it's personal and it's in your space, then you're not one of those, every other spammy person who all they're posting on their page is products. Spamla Anderson, like Jen says.
Yeah, this is amazing, Celina. There's loads just to get to work learning the IT stuff in the background, creating these, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. I'm really excited to get going. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple of other levels from this that you can, get into, but I mean, keep it as simple as possible. Make it easy on yourself. And if you need help, I mean, just ask. Or if you want to brainstorm ideas, we could do that. I really do, and this is like more high level, but those guides where you're offering recipes or something along those lines and you've got your products embedded into the recipes makes it's like a no-brainer, like, especially if you're offering value on top of that and then you're sending them I mean, there's all kinds of cool recipes in the customer group using our products. Create an ebook. I mean, you could do one just on desserts. You could do one just for kids. You could do one for busy moms. You could do one for fitness and sports, like for you, Linz. Smoothies. Make it, I mean, I've got a smoothie ebook. Like the holiday drink guide. That one was fun. Okay. What else? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, Ange, I need a recipe book for you. Nothing to do with, I'm not talking about the Thrive, just all the awesome stuff that you and Jason make from Jason Kitchener.
Today I just did dehydrated some lemons and some limes and some oranges to put in my water. And that was a recommendation by Kim Collins yesterday when I had her on a 3-way call with someone. And the benefits for doing this and putting it in your water is huge, and just dehydrating them is huge. Like you could put fresh fruit in, but the dehydration of the fruit is big because of the acidity, like it kind of removes the acidity, so it's better for your teeth. You're not getting all of that. And I used my air fryer and I have a dehydrator button on that, and it took 3 hours to get them, but I'll be using like these the rest of the day. And it was really nice. I'm not even a lemony kind of girl at all.
You could do a whole guide on that.
I'm already started. Chat GPT has been like helping me since we've been on here.
Yeah, and if you haven't asked it in ChatGPT or used one of the plugins to get a full download of the book, you need to. All right, let's talk real quick about the changes to IG. So if you guys have noticed the grid, no more squares, right? And if you had a banner across the top of the top three, your banner got screwed up because it's no longer squares. They're now rectangles.
Still squares.
Huh?
Mine are squares.
No, they're rectangles. Look,
No, that's a freaking square.
I can't see. I can't see yours. Well, that was the update from, I mean, that's on mine is, and that was the update from
Yeah.
what's his face, the CEO dude. This
Like,
guy.
look, see, it's still a square, not a
Well,
rectangle.
See this
Mine's a
guy?
rectangle.
He's the
What are
CEO
you guys
of
are
IG.
talking about?
On IG, the update yesterday was that Mosseri is that the post grid is rectangles, not squares. Maybe there's an update.
Oh, there's the update. If I hit
Mhm.
update,
That's not like that huge of a deal unless, like I said, you had a banner or you're sizing your, when you go into Canva now, instead of using the square post, use the Reels cover instead if you're using Canva to create your posts. And if you have not seen, there's an option for trial reels. Have you guys seen this? This was a little while ago. So trial reels, when you go to post, you can make it a trial and it will not show on your grid, but Insta will push it out to non-followers. So what the suggestion was from, I think maybe Brock suggested this, is that go back to your best performing reels, repost them as a trial, because the people who saw them the first time around will get pushed out to new people, because it's, when you do it as a trial, it's only getting pushed out to non-followers. But that also gives you the option to see how well it's going to do before posting it to your regular page, which you have the option to go in to do. You'll notice it when once you do post it, it's in the first next to drafts and trials. So you go into that and then they'll pop up, do you want to look at your drafts or do you want to look at your trial reels? And then it shows you how they're doing. So I've got a couple of them in trials. So you can then choose to push them to your page. Then the other thing.
So wait, can I ask a question?
Mhm.
How do you repost your already existing reels?
Download it and re-upload it. Insta down, just like tick down. You can
Oh,
download
okay.
it without.
So I need a scrubber, like a.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, you could, if you can't download it straight from IG because it'll take the audio away unless you want to find the audio again, and then you're gonna have the watermark, I believe.
So you. Let me just.
It looks like this. See that one at the top corner? Insta down.
Your.
It's like a bookmark.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you're frozen, but how do I download it?
You just grab the link and then
I'm
go
not-
into Insta down.
Oh, you copy the link and then
Yeah.
put the link in. Okay, I see what you're doing. I would thought there was this plot you could download it to your phone, but you're copying the link over.
You can, but it won't give you the audio.
And it's called Instadown.
Mm-hmm. It's the same company as the Tick Down.
Oh, I already had that.
Another update to the Reels is now when you go to your Reels tab and you're looking at Reels, you can see what of your followers liked that Reel. So if it's something that you want to recreate, you can see if they've already liked it, if it's got a bunch of people who've liked it. And one more thing. Some people have the option to add a prompt now when they go and put their caption in. It's right there on a reel. And what this does is whatever you put in the prompt, which normally would be the caption, but if you select prompt, it puts all of that above any of the comments. And let me find one that
Go back over that. Do that again.
Hold on. Keep editing. When you go to put the caption in to your reel, you might see prompt there.
Okay.
So if you select that, what you put into the caption becomes your prompt. And then I'm just trying to find one that I did so I could show you what it looks like. Yeah. Nope. Oh, it was one of my trials. Where the hell did it go? It gives a spot for them to respond to your prompt, and it holds it, it keeps it above everything else. I know I posted one. Son of a bitch. No, I can't find it. So, how did it go? So, like right here, it would say, like when you look at your reel, it would say reply. Right? So if you do like a good call to action in that prompt line, it's gonna say that, and then it says reply. So like when somebody's viewing it, that's what it says to them, and it keeps that above everything else.
Okay.
I haven't really noticed much. I know I did one. Like I haven't been noticed like it really made that much of a difference, but you know, they're always trying stuff out. And then I lastly will just emphasize the importance of having something in that first line if you are doing a reel that's your call to action. If you've got something else underneath it in the description, some reason for somebody to look in the description. And if not that, at least text on screen that is that call to action. And if you were on the other training, we all created 25 different call to action hooks. So I'm curious, Ange and Jen, if you know any other teams or leaders that do this, like have a lead magnet, like if you were to use the metabolic reset guide as an example, like something like that to generate business.
I've never seen any other teams in Lavelle do that.
I mean, I haven't seen anybody
Have you-
other people do it either, but I was just curious
Yeah.
since you guys are, you know.
No, I think it's a great tool. It's definitely a different way to look at things. I know we've been very, just product focused, you know, but I think it's definitely something to consider when you don't, like you said, you don't own the platforms and, you know, you don't own the information there. And, you know I love my project broadcast. I'm so glad and pushed me to do it. But yeah, definitely. I wish I would have had it in the beginning, because I do think about all those people that I've lost touch via follow-up. You know what I mean? Like I've lost touch with. So over the years, I wish I would have them in my project broadcast. So, and this is a great idea. I mean, like I said, I've had this free book guide probably sitting in my resources for a year now, and I completely forgot about it. I completely forgot I made it. So
So something like that you could do for people that are interested in a side biz, right? That's the lead magnet to start talking to those people. I mean, I wouldn't say create a lead magnet that has zero to do with business. You want to have something that you can tie into the business, right? One way or another. But there's so many different ways to do that. You know, I mean, like, and if you do like a dehydration guide to like, you know, wellness, I mean, well, then obviously the next step in your eating healthy or drinking more water, so you could just do it around drinking more water. Then you've got thirst, you've got activate. I mean, like, you know what I mean? You've got a million and one different things. Okay, cool.
Thank you. This was great.
I woke up
Yeah,
in the middle of the night and I was like, well, I had a hard time sleeping last night, but I was like, oh my gosh, we need to do this today. Because I checked my TikTok to see if it was down.